So with those things that we sacrifice, there's three things that I will never sacrifice as a coach, and that's safety and attention. You know, I'll lose my job if somebody gets hurt. So safety and attention is number one. Intent, energy, and effort, number two. So I always set the temperature of the room. And then three, passion and philosophy. I know that I'm a weightlifting-based organization, and that will never change, ever. I know that I'm a results-based organization, and that won't change. So I don't know, you might want to come up with your own solid philosophy of things that never change, but principles might sway a little bit. So write those things down, put them in your portfolio, because they're going to get asked to you. 3 lessons learned from my 20-year career, and more, because I was told as an athlete I couldn't do things. So keep fighting and always keep learning. Set that 5-year plan. Know what you want to do, where you want to go, and how you're going to do it. Respect individuals in the environment. I've been in places where I haven't respected somebody, and it's come back to kick me in the butt, right? I've been disrespected, which is cool. So it used to aggravate me. But even I was reading in People magazine, even President Obama gets keys handed to him because they think he's the valet, right? And here I'm getting pissed off because somebody won't shake my hand, you know? So I think I have to be humble in that. When somebody walks in, I don't get angry anymore because they walk past because I'm a female and they just go, well, who's the guy in charge, you know? Which is cool, but I head that off now. Now I am the one to go run out there, introduce myself, make sure they know who I am because I own the room. Things I value, obviously going back to the beginning, was strength from failure. Empowering others, I'm in a position now that I can help people get jobs. I can help people get better. I can't always say that I was in that position. So empowering others, raising others up. You know, with our athletes, that's what we do. And preparation for competition. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'm a terrible public speaker. I was worse than that, way worse, a lot of years ago. But I knew that I needed to do it. I knew I needed to do it, and I've failed. I've fallen on my face. I've been so nervous before. I'm sweating, you know. So I've failed, and I keep trying to fail more so that I can get better. So 20 years ago, man, I fell flat on my face in a presentation. It was awful. I was embarrassed. I still have like embarrassment from it. So when we look at preparing for competition, competition drives everything. When we look at the numbers with Dr. Fry and squat power, this, that, and the other, speed and velocity, we look at, you got your practice reps, you get your weight room reps, and then you get your competition reps. And the guys that are competing the most, we think they're actually the ones that are fatigued the most, and they're not, right? They're probably not very fatigued at all. But what they get is that competition stimulus. They get that amped up, high velocity competition that a lot of people don't get. Those guys on the bench, they're sitting there, they're getting further and further away from the coach the less and less they play. So competition is really, really, really important. Competition is a contest between groups for prestige, recognition, for leadership. Competition is the opposite of cooperation, right? So you're like, okay, well, how do I get that going if I want to be the best I can be? And then I have to cooperate with everybody. So the question is, competition is critical for success, but are you developing competitive athletes by what you do as a professional? What standard you hold, what standard you hold to them? On the other hand, right, so when you're trying to put a staff together, you're still trying to be top dog, right, if you're number one. So how do you get cooperation going on if there's competition between the staff? So cooperation is a joint operation or action. This is critical for success too. So the question that I have to ask, are you developing a great work environment through cooperation with your staff? So you got competition, you got cooperation. If any of you guys read leadership stuff, you might find out that, you know, that specific skill of all that education you went through and all those things you learned about exercise and what made you better as a coach and a great technician has 15%, 15 whole percent towards you being a more successful strength and conditioning coach and rising up to an athletic administrator or whatever. Okay, so 85% of those are interpersonal skills. So we look at our competition, our cooperation. Can you decipher between those two? 85% of success in rising up in your field is interpersonal skills, not the specific skills of you coaching your athletes, how you get along with other people. So are you developing as a professional by building cooperation in your organization? Does it appear good? You know, what do we say? Perception is reality. How does the athletic administration, what do they think of you as a strength and conditioning department? Do you just hang out and you're an office hermit? Or do you go out and sell the program and tell them how good you're doing and what's going on, what's up and coming, what our 5-year plan is? So I think you need to sell yourself.